Well, we must be getting close to the start of the regular season when we're hearing from Patty Gasso and current players on the team as well. That's exactly what happened on Monday night. As we heard from Patty, Nelly McEnroe-Marinas, and Ella Parker. And I got the big highlights that you need to know coming out of Monday's show from Rudy's with Chris Plank. We heard from Patty Gasso on kind of position battle updates I think are very interesting. We heard from Patty Gasso on kind of an update of what's going on at pitcher, also very interesting, and why Nelly was voted a captain as just a redshirt freshman. Let's get to the highlights. So let's first get to what I thought were the more interesting comments coming out of Monday night's show. Here's what Patty said, giving us an update on the position battles currently ongoing.
There's some battles in the outfield, for sure. There's some really good athletes out there, and Hannah Core's stepping up, and she's healthy and really moving very well. Maya Bland is surprising everybody right now. She's swinging really, really well. In the infield, you've got two freshmen at short, but those two plus Ilana at second, they're all kind of working within the middle. Nelly, Katie McKay are working at third. I've got Sid at first, and Sanders along with sometimes Sweet Baby over here. And Maya Bland's been working there a little bit. So we do have lots of opportunity to bring in new athletes and move them in and out. If somebody's hurt, we're going to be okay.
So there you go. A lot of names that we have talked about with these position battles, but one name that maybe I'm not talking about enough, and I know that this name is dropped routinely in the comments. Let's start to pay more attention to Hannah Core maybe being a legitimate starter on this team. I've never questioned her abilities. I think when we've seen her and she's been healthy, she's been fantastic defensively at the plate as well. The biggest question mark, obviously, is can Hannah Core get to 100%? Can she stay healthy? Sounds like via Patty Gasso, she is healthy and she is really, really standing out. I hope Hannah Core is able to stay healthy this season and has her best season yet in an OU uniform. That'd be great, obviously, for her personally, but especially for this softball team as well. You're hearing from Maya Bland really turning a lot of heads. That's not surprising whatsoever. I think she's going to have more of an added role this year, especially offensively. Got a chance to win one of those outfield spots as well. So no surprise to me if Maya Bland is an opening day starter. No mention of Tia Malloy. I don't really know how to take that because I've always thought that she was in the mix, and maybe there's nothing there. But no mention of Tia Malloy, but Hannah Core, Maya Bland mentioned as kind of the first two players in one of those vacant outfield spots. Probably right field. Shortstop, the names that we think, right? I mean, Ilana Agbayani sounds like she's going to start at second base. And on the topic of position battles, there's a battle going on in the circle right now. Who's going to be the starter? Where is everyone going to fit in the rotation? Patty gives us the latest and an update of what's going on at pitch.
I think pitching is going to be important. You're going to see what you saw at the World Series last year, a lot of passing the baton. I don't think one pitcher is going to maintain a full game for us, or we don't even want them to or need them to. So we've got, we added Sophia Bordy to the pitching staff. I think she's going to remain red-shirted unless we have some kind of emergency, but our five pitchers are throwing really well. Peyton Monticelli has upped her game, and our freshman Audrey Lowry is absolutely dicing these hitters up left and right. So not you particularly. So I really like the pitching staff.
Well, I don't know about you, but I love to hear that about Peyton Monticelli. Looking really, really good. Maybe she's prone to have her best season yet in an OU uniform. Saw her do some very good things throughout the fall. Needs to be a little bit more consistent. Mentioned before, she got the biggest out of her life the last time OU played a game that actually counts in the Women's College World Series. But love to hear, just from an overall depth standpoint, that Peyton Monticelli has looked really, really good here leading up to the season. Not a huge surprise to me about Sophia Bordy. Thought initially, said it on the channel, that I thought that she was headed for a red shirt. And just to be honest with you guys, that's what I was told. That's what I heard, that more than likely Sophia Bordy is going to redshirt. That's good. That's fine. I still think that sets her up very, very nicely for next season to be maybe one of the main pitchers in this group, but not going to play her unless they really, really need her. And I don't think that they're going to need Sophia Bordy this year. So I'm going to guess that that's exactly what happens. Sophia redshirts this year, but watch out for her year 2 with the program. And then Audrey Lowry, carving up hitters as well, something that you love to hear from the true freshman. I think that's great. No mention of Bella Smith or Sam Landry. I'm not going to take anything out of that. I think that those are likely, and Kirsten Deal, no mention of Kirsten Deal as well. I'm not going to take anything out of that. I think there's a great chance that's your 1, 2, and 3 pitchers to start the year, but they're going to spread the wealth, and I think that you're going to see a lot of pitchers get a lot of work in the non-conference portion of the schedule, especially early on. As this team plays a lot of games the first weekend, I think that outside of Sophia Bordy, you could see every single pitcher on the roster get multiple innings when they're out on the West Coast. So we're going to get a really good feel early on of what OU has in the circle, and I'm excited to see all the different arms that they have in the early part of the schedule in 2025. Another question I was interested to hear the answer, why Nelly McEnroe-Marinas as a team captain? Redshirt freshman, didn't get to play last year. I think the ability there is incredible. I'm excited for her. I love it. But I was interested to hear the explanation from Patty tonight when Parker and Pickering and some other players could have definitely been voted a captain. Here's what Patty said as to why Captain Nelly is the captain this year.
I think Nelly just kind of goes with the flow, not too high, not too low, just a gamer. A lot of the leadership that we're trying to incorporate to help Nelly are athletes that are returners and really should be setting good examples. So I think we've got a good little group, but she's not going to have to do this by herself.
Nelly's just from the island, calm, cool, and collected. I like calm, cool, and collected for my third baseman. Not panicking, not pressing, not rushing. A lot of hard hit balls over there at the hot corner. So great explanation. Happy to hear it that Nelly's so calm, and I think that she's going to do a fantastic job leading this team. But as Patty mentioned there, not going to have to do it by herself. She's not the only vocal voice on this team. You'll have Parker and Pickering and even a player like Hannah Kors, Sydney Sanders as well. She won't be the only team leading this squad this year, but voted as the team captain, which still to me is really, really cool. So as we know, OU's kind of doing a tour of the state of California in a lot of ways, playing in San Diego, playing in LA, playing at Patty's alma mater in the first opening weekend of the season. But why not the Mary Nutter? OU had played in the Mary Nutter for several years, had a ton of success out there. But Patty gave what I thought was an awesome, incredible response. I love this as to why maybe they're playing in individual schools and not the Mary Nutter this year.
Instead of going, and I'm sorry because I know a lot of you like to go to Palm Springs, but it's a very costly trip. And there's a lot of money to be made at that tournament. It's going in different people's pockets. What I wanted to do is go to San Diego State, help sell it out, make them money. Then go to Cal State Fullerton, sell it out, make them money. Then go to Loyola Marymount, sell it out. They weren't going to charge admission. I'm like, I'm not coming unless you charge admission. Make them money. Then go back to my alma mater, Long Beach State, and make them money on Sunday. So it's more of it's good competition, but it's really trying to make the mid-majors some money because they're going to get lost in this transition, and I really want to help them however I can.
She's just the best. It is not her responsibility to help out those schools on the West Coast. That's not her obligation. But still, she does it because she cares about the overall game. That answer got an applause from the crowd. It gets an applause from me as well. I think that's so cool. That is the impact on that of Oklahoma playing those schools. They get to keep the gate, all the people coming out. The impact of that, I don't think I have to tell you guys, is tremendous. Really cool move by Patty Gasso and the OU softball program as well. And you got to think that those schools are very, very grateful that they're going to get the amount of people who are paying to see these games coming up a week from this weekend. Just awesome. Another reason why Patty Gasso is the absolute best. All right, one more from Patty, and then we'll get to Nelly and Ella Parker, kind of the things that they said. But this has been a big talking point by me, big talking point by Patty herself. Here's kind of Patty on the excitement of getting back to just coaching again with a lot of newcomers.
It's been really fun. It's been challenging. And with the athletes we've had in the past, it has gotten a little frustrating because you're just used to seeing everything like clockwork. So it's challenging to our patience a bit, but I'm really excited to get started. This is a really connected group. I feel that. I feel it's different. It's so quite different, but still very enjoyable to watch.
She's been consistent with this. I mean, she's excited again to roll her sleeves up a little bit. There's mistakes that are being made right now, mental errors that are being made that she didn't have to worry about from the previous 4 years. She doesn't look at that as frustration like, I missed that last group. It's a challenge. Patty Gasso loves a challenge. Successful people like Patty Gasso love a challenge, and this is kind of a challenge once again. Not that this team is bad or they're not talented. It's just different than a team that had played together for 4 years, and they knew kind of everything that was needed to know at that point. So Patty loves this. I think it's great. I love to hear that there's a nervousness to live up to the OU softball name by these players. It means they care. It means they care a lot. It means they really care about leaving their impact on OU softball, leaving their legacy on OU softball. They're not just rolling in here saying it is our given right that the teams before us win a national championship. Therefore, all we have to do is show up to win a national championship. Sounds like they understand that that's not how it works. And if you have that attitude, one, you're not going to win a title, and two, you're not going to play for Patty Gasso in Oklahoma. So I love to hear that that's the side from Patty, that she's excited about this again. But I love to hear about the players that, maybe there's some nerves to not make a mistake. And they're going to learn as the season goes on. It's about the process, as Patty talked about. Just play. I think that nervousness will disappear the more and more that we get into the season. But these players care. And I never doubted that, and you shouldn't have doubted that as well. But it's still cool that they are really wanting to leave their impact on this program. And I'm excited to see what impact that they leave here. All right, let's get to Nelly. Here's Captain Nelly on just kind of a general overall thought about the team currently right now.
We have a lot of learners. I feel like this group of girls are just very eager to learn new things. I mean, a lot of them have played together in travel ball, so they kind of already have that click going on. But I feel like this whole season so far, they've just been trying to learn everything that they can and just think. And we have a lot of thinkers on the team too, so it's been fun to kind of watch them grow and kind of learn like each other's personalities and how we all fit into this team.
Gotta love that. A lot of learners on the squad. It kind of what I said previously. A lot of players that are eager to learn the system and how it's done here and how to play softball the championship mindset way and everything like that. And just what I really got from Monday night's show, this team is eager. It wants to be great. It wants to do all the things necessary to be great as well. And when you have a talented team that's eager to learn and eager to do things the right way, the way it's been done to win a championship, I think that that's a pretty good recipe. This one's a little interesting. I hadn't thought about this, and I've never heard this before. Where was Nelly, who's from the state of Hawaii, when Jocelyn Allo broke the home run record in Hawaii?
I was at the game, and I was sitting right above her dad.
So there's potential for a really cool story in a year's time, 2 years, 3 years' time, who knows. The fact that she was there sitting by the family when Jocelyn Allo broke the record. I'm not saying that as to I think Nelly's going to break Jossie's record or anything like that, but I do think Nelly is going to be an incredible player, and the fact that she was there that night is a really cool story and something that we might look at in the next few years and say, oh, wow, it's awesome that two legends like that were in the ballpark. One was watching the other. I thought that was really neat. The fans matter. We talk about the incredible atmosphere with OU softball all the time, but how much do the fans matter? Do the players notice? Of course they notice. Here's Nelly talking about you OU fans and the impact that you make.
Oh, yeah, I feel it. And I think as a team, I know I can say this for all of us, but we are very grateful. And we just love our supporters, and we love the energy that you guys bring to us. And we can definitely feel it on the field. And it's going to be really excited during season because obviously we can feel you guys. So just thank you, and I'm ready to get at it.
They feed off of it. They feel it. Keep bringing it to Love's Field and all the other places you guys travel across the country as well when you watch Sooner softball, certainly in the Women's College World Series as well. They feel it. It matters. It helps this team win at a very, very high level. All right, let's hear from Ella Parker, an incredible freshman season. She led the team in stolen bases and batting average. Here's Ella Parker first, and then Patty Gasso on the incredible freshman years that not only Ella Parker had, but that Cassidy Pickering had as well?
Going into last fall, it was really easy because the seniors and the upperclassmen just made it a point to say that you aren't just freshmen, you belong here and you're a part of this team. So reinforcing that this year for the newcomers was really easy, and just kind of crazy how the sides turn really fast. Like last year I was a newcomer, this year I'm a returner. And
I mean, we were so loaded with some elders and really experienced players, and they just kind of came on the scene just pretty easy, actually. Fell in, and I don't think it was very easy, though, because it's hard to satisfy that group. And they just kind of came in and did their thing, just very unassuming. And I think they were just surrounded with such greatness that it just lifted them up.
They just stepped in right away. They probably made it look a lot more easier than it really was. Not easy to do that as two true freshmen. Now they're going to be looked upon to be leaders of this program and looked upon that, hey, last year was an added bonus, but we need those numbers this year. And I think that they're both prime to maybe even have even better years as sophomores than they did as true freshmen. But really cool to hear that they just stepped in. The seniors on this team said, hey, you're more than deserving to be here, which is a sign of a really just great led organization like OU softball is. Really cool to hear firsthand just how Parker and Pickering made just such big impacts in year one. And you're hoping that your freshman class this year, a couple of those players have similar impacts here in 2025. So those were my main takeaways from the show on Monday night. What were your main takeaways, and what did you find maybe more interesting than anything else? Drop those thoughts, as always, in the comments. Thank you for watching.